Hello guys, and thank you for tuning in to this video where we are going to learn how to make this adorable daisy crochet top. For materials, you are going to need medium weight yarn of your daisy color and then your main border color as well. And with that, we're going to use a 4mm crochet hook. In terms of sizing, I did 6 daisy squares across. I'm an extra large. That fit me, so you might want to do fewer if you are a smaller size. Just do one panel, one strip, measure it across your body and see what works best for you. So let's begin with the center of our daisies, and we will be using our yellow color. So to begin with, we are going to do a magic ring, and we are going to do 12 double crochets inside the magic ring. We are going to start with 3 chains that act as our first double crochet, and then in the magic ring let's do 11 double crochets, giving us a total of 12 double crochets. To end this round, we are going to make a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from that first acting double crochet. Just fasten off, snip, and that is your center done. Now take your white yarn and we are going to make the petals. So to begin, insert your hook in any of the chains and pull through your new yarn and attach it by doing a slip stitch. So for the petals, you are going to do 15 chains and then come back into the same stitch and do a slip stitch. Insert your hook into the next stitch with a slip stitch and then do your 15 chains once again. That goes back into the same stitch, end with a slip stitch. And into the next stitch, you are going to do your slip stitch and then your 15 chains, come back into the same stitch and do another slip stitch. So that is the pattern for the petals. Also, be sure to hide your tail. So continue with this pattern and I will meet you at the end and I'll show you what to do when we get nearer to the end. So I finished my last 15 chains of my last petal and I'm simply going to go back into the same stitch and do a slip stitch and fasten off. At the end of this round, you should have 12 petals. So now take your main color or your border color, and what we're going to do is attach it to one of the petals. So any one, just go into the middle. So basically we are going into the 8th stitch. Insert your hook, pull through the new yarn and attach it by doing a slip stitch. So basically for the corners, we are going to do 8 chains, and in the middle, we are going to do 5 chains. So here we're beginning with a corner, so I'm going to do my 8 chains. I'm just sort of trying to hide my tail so that I don't have to weave it in at the end. And those are my 8 chains. And then I'm going to go into the next petal and do a slip stitch. And then again, we're going to go with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert into the next petal, do a slip stitch. That is our 2 sides done. And now it's time for a corner. So we are now going to do 8 chains and then insert it into the next. So here we're doing our corner stitch. So that's our 8 chains. I've done those and then I just go into the next petal, the middle, and do a slip stitch. So now we have 5 chains for the sides. So 2 times 5, so that's our first one, and then that's a second one. And that will be followed by our corner, which is 8 chains. So just remember 2 on the side, 5 chains each, and then each corner is 8 chains. So just continue that way, and I will meet you nearer to the end. I'm approaching the end and I'm doing my last 5 chains before inserting it into the first chain of the first set of chains that we did, the 8 chains that we did. So simply just fasten off. That's our first complete daisy done, and probably the only complete daisy we're going to need, because the rest of them we are going to attach. So I'm going to show you how to attach now. So take your second daisy and attach your yarn just like we did previously. This first part is exactly the same. We are going to begin by 8 chains for our corner, and then we are going to do our 2 sides of 5 chains each. Now is when we are going to attach. So we are going to do 4 chains, and then take your daisy and do a slip stitch, and then do 4 more chains. Then go to the next unworked petal and do a slip stitch. Now we are going to do 3 chains, go into the next worked petal and do 2 chains, and then back to the unworked petal, attach it, do your 3 chains, go back to the worked petal, attach it, do your 2 chains, come back to the unworked petal, do your last slip stitch, and then do your 4 chains, and you're going to now attach to that corner. And then do 4 more chains and attach to the next unworked petal. And that is your attachment done. And now we're just going to continue as normal. So now we are going to do our 5 chain, and then 8 chain pattern. At the end, insert your hook into that first chain and fasten off. So this is how you can build up a panel to determine your size. Now that you know how to attach the squares side by side, let me show you how to attach a square in the middle. So we are going to begin in the same way. Do your 8 chains and then 2 sets of 5 chains for the sides, and then I'll meet you before we do our next corner. After the second set of 5 chains, we are now going to begin our corner. So for our corner, we are going to do 4 chains and attach it to any unworked corner. We're going to do a slip stitch to attach. We are then going to do 4 chains and go to the next unworked petal, slip stitch, do 3 chains, go into the worked motif and do a slip stitch, 2 chains, go into the unworked motif, do a slip stitch, 3 chains, go into the worked motif space and do a slip stitch, 2 chains, go back into the unworked petal over there, and finally we're going to do the corner. So we are now going to do 4 chains, and we are going to attach these 4 chains in the middle of those motifs. We are then going to do 4 chains, and we are now working on the side. So go into the next unworked petal, do a slip stitch, do your 3 chains, go onto that side motif and do a slip stitch, do 2 chains, go back into the unworked petal, do a slip stitch, do 3 chains, attach it into that space, do 2 chains, go back into the next petal, do your slip stitch, and then it's time for the corner. So we're going to do 4 chains and go into the middle of all those attached stitches and do a slip stitch. We are then going to do 4 chains and go into the next unworked petal and do a slip stitch. This will be followed by 2 sets of 5 chains to complete this motif. To end, insert your hook in the first chain, do a slip stitch, and basically just fasten off, and that is your next motif complete. So you're basically going to continue this way and build up your piece. You will be required to do 2 panels, one for the back and one for the front, like I have done here. And I also added some motifs on the sleeves, but this is optional. You don't have to. You can just literally have your back panel, front panel, sew it, and you'll be done. The possibilities of creating beautiful garments with this motif are endless. So now I'm going to show you how to attach both pieces together. We're going to attach the shoulders, the bottom of the sleeve, and we're also going to attach the sides. And the same on the other side too. So I'm going to be attaching the shoulders together to create the space for the neck, but follow this procedure for the sides as well. So you're going to attach your yarn into the corner space, and you are going to do 4 chains. Go into the corresponding corner and do your slip stitch there, and then do 4 more chains, and you're going to go into the next space and do a slip stitch. That's going to be followed by 3 chains, and then go into the corresponding motif, attach it into the next space and do a slip stitch. So that is the pattern. So before reaching the corner, we are going to do our 4 chains, and then we are going to attach it to the corresponding corner. And finally, we are going to do 4 more chains and attach it again to the corresponding corner. It's a bit difficult to explain, so I hope you have been following through. But what I'm going to do now is just leave the video playing, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. So keep working until you have the right size for your head or the neckline. So you're also going to work the same on the other side and create your neckline. And the best way to see if it will fit is just try it on. Just leave a long tail so that you can make any adjustments if required. Use the same method to attach the sides and you will be done with your Crochet Daisy top. You can also add a fringe if you would like. I added a few small and subtle ones around my top and sleeves. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this tutorial, please consider subscribing. God bless.